So weekly update number 44, and yeah, we're gonna have another go at a live one today. Let's see how that goes. Very festive. You can see we've got the tree, got the banner. It fell down 3 seconds ago, but we've managed to re-establish, and the hat. Check this out. It's weekly update number 44. So there we go. Just going to check, see where the chat is, see if there's anybody on there at all at the moment. No, there's no one in the chat at the moment. I probably, because I already announced it a couple of hours ago. There's 2 people watching though, so that's good. If you're watching, give us a shout. Still getting used to this old live technology. But yeah, so it's been a busy week, and we've got an awfully busy week coming in now, the last week before Christmas. I think next week we've got appointments in Almeria, we've got appointments in Malaga, we've got appointments in Granada, we've got appointments in Alicante, and they've all come in last minute, and it's really good news from the appointment booking system, albeit they are definitely slowly and surely going on to the digital certificate platform. A lot of those we had to book using either a clavvy or a digital certificate. You have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold going on, so I've got the emergency tea here, just in case, and the emergency tissues as well. So here we go on the live. We've got here in the live chat, Bengalbert, hola, Steve Fisher, hi, Roger Burke, hi. Cheers, guys. Cheers for dropping in. This is a relatively new thing for me, so yeah, I'm happy that you could all be here and drop in. So anyway, that's about the residency appointments this week. But I wanted to tell you first of all about the visas, as we normally do, which are coming out. And the visas which are coming out, well, we've had one London to Murcia. Now, we had none through all week, and then at the weekend, I've had a couple through, and I haven't even had a chance to talk to people yet because we'll be talking to them next week. But I thought I'd give you the timings. And we've had one from London, London going to Murcia in 17 days. Amazing, 17 days. So that's great. And then we've had some renewals through from Lanzarote, believe it or not, a lovely family there. And when I speak to them and get a photo, I'll be able to put some more on there. You know who you are if you're watching. I'm really happy that they got their renewal through for Christmas, because I honestly didn't think it was going to drop in. And that took around a month or so, a little over a month. So I didn't expect it till the new year. So I'm very happy. It's a nice Christmas present. And then Malaga renewals. Doesn't matter with Malaga. When you seem to put them in, they seem to come out in order of expiry. I'm not too sure whether they just order them as they go in. Mercurio, which is the system that we submit it on, that now requests the expiry date. They think they'd know the expiry date already of the card. And we put it in, and there's one there that we submitted, which was after a family member, and it came out before because their expiry was before. So yeah, it looks like Malaga work in a sort of a chronological order when doing NLE renewals as per expiry, where other places don't work like that, and they work differently. So yeah, it was good. They're all coming out, so quite a successful week with that, and hopefully there'll be some more visas dropping in this week. Typically, and I'm going to put my hat in the ring now for this one, before any holiday period, we generally get quite a few things dropping in. Now, I don't know if that's because they're clearing the desk. I'm not too sure. Let's see this time next week if I'm right or if I'm wrong. And with that, visas or renewals dropping in before the bank holiday we've just had. Well, it was the Wednesday and Thursday before. A load dropped in. Let's see if I'm right this next week coming in before Christmas. Okay, because generally the Christmas to New Year, albeit the 26th here isn't a bank holiday, it's actually a working day. People will be at work and there's appointments available. Not a lot really normally generally drops in. So yeah. And now talking about appointments, I just wanted to show you some photos that we've got of clients here. There we go. So that's Ian and Barbara. They were up in Alicante with Victoria. Victoria sent these all through from the Alicante office. And there you go. That's Elaine. All there with their folders now. For anybody who knows me, you know that I'm obsessed with the folders. That's Shirley and Barry. That's Shirley was Barry was EU, so he got his appointment ages ago. Then we submitted Shirley's, and hers came out. There's Teresa and John there with their folder, and then last but not least, there's Tim looking happy. Look at that, December in shorts, nice and sunny on the car park. That's amazing there. All up in Alicante there with Victoria, and we get photos where we can of the clients. And for those of you who know, I'm pretty obsessed with the Upsticks folder and the branding, but a lot of the reason is because when our appointment specialists go to the appointments, they create a really good relationship with the people behind the desk and the people on the door. And I like them to have the Upsticks brand because they know that when they see that folder is going to be correct. Basically, they know that's going to be a good file, and generally we get welcomed, hopefully with open arms. And if there is anything that needs to be fixed in there, they seem to be very amenable with us. So yeah, and so make sure you keep your Upsticks file and all your paperwork in it, especially when you've had your appointment and you get that resguardo document before you get your TIE card. I always tell people, put it back in your Upsticks folder, keep it there, don't take it out, take a copy if you need to, but keep it in there until you get to pick up your residency card. And on that note, there's a couple of other things I wanted to show you because we have had some reviews. Now, I always forget to put the reviews on. So I thought, why not? It's Christmas and we're feeling festive. So let's get some reviews on and show you what people have been saying about us. And this was from Tony H. Thanks, guys, from G&T. It was great working with you, and I have to say, this was one of the first ones we did from New Zealand, and we're now doing a couple more, and you've both recommended us to other people, guys, and I have to say it's been fun. New Zealand, I didn't think was going to be as fun as what it has been so far, but the consulate's very good. Well, it's the embassy over there, and albeit there's a time difference of 12 hours, we always seem to manage to fit that in within our office hours as well. So yeah, it's really been good, and a new market for us, I suppose, New Zealand now. And they said, we enjoyed working with Chris and the team whilst we applied for the non-lucrative visa for Spain. I think we were all on a learning curve. That's true. As they navigated the New Zealand processes too. The whole team were friendly and encouraging. When we got jaded, it felt like we had friends on our side to support us. That's great. Appointments in Spain were super fast. Now we're proud owners of TIE cards, excuse me, and live enjoying our lives in Murcia. We are more than happy to recommend Upsticks and anyone applying for visas for Spain. Thanks, team. You're amazing. Yeah, it was a great journey with you. We really had fun, I have to say. And a lot of the time we have to be careful on the calls because we'll get the technical stuff out of the way, then we just waffle on about other stuff. And Kenny Strode, who I met here in Malaga. Thanks, guys. It was nice. I actually met you 3 times because we went over to get the medical certificate. And then we met you in Malaga. And then I met you again because when I came to meet you the first time in Malaga, I didn't bring the folder that I promised to bring. So there we go. Another excuse. So well done. And that's where you met Lara there as well. My wife and I are Upsticks graduates and recently obtained our TIE cards. The team was so helpful and took the stress out of what potentially could have been a stressful experience. We highly recommend their service. And if you're thinking of moving to Spain, this is the way to go. Yeah, that's it. I can thank, the team are amazing. And Jane, who won't come on social media, but you all know if you are our clients, does an absolutely amazing job at stage 2. And she's extremely caring as well. I can tell you, she really wants it to go as smoothly as possible. And it does. Jacqueline Tedder, Chris and Jane at Upsticks supported us through our TIE process. The service was second to none, fast, efficient, and extremely professional. So much so that from our initial contact with them, we had all the paperwork completed in 24 hours and ready for our pre-booked appointment. We felt happy in the knowledge that when we went due our appointment at Alicante Station, we had everything the police would require to process our application. We were then thrilled when 2 weeks later, our ID cards were ready for collection. A superb service. Thank you, Jacqueline. That's great. Thanks for that. Was I didn't get involved in that case. That was between Jane and Victoria. So it was good to see that went well, guys. And Miwa CST. It was an absolute pleasure to deal with Chris and Lara. They were professional and made complete chaotic paperwork and nightwear simple and easy to navigate. I would highly recommend their services for peace of mind and to get the job done quickly and correctly. Jay Green. Yeah, I met you there, Jay, at the ITV. Lara did all the paperwork for you. And hopefully we'll be catching up soon because I know you've got some other paperwork that you need doing. So, yeah, it was great to be part of your journey there with an absolutely fantastic little scooter all the way from Canada, believe it or not. It was brilliant. And just last one here, just to give a shout out as well to our mate Costa in Valencia. This came from, and Kevin and Tracy, I know, watch the channel as well. So I know you guys are over the moon to be registered here now, hopefully enjoying the life after stressful times. Always a stressful time moving over, isn't it? And they said, we would like to thank you for your great service and for introducing Costa in Valencia. It's a credit to your company and an absolute great guy. We have yesterday managed to apply for the TIEs at the police station in Valencia. Big thank you to the whole team. We look forward to obtaining our driving licenses in the near future. Kind regards, Kevin and Tracy. And yeah, you know, the one good thing, and I'm not going to big us all up, but I am going to. Actually, I'm talking complete rubbish. I'm going to big us all up. Is that everybody we work with is completely passionate about their job. That's the great thing. I had another incident in Benidorm recently, and we have to give a big shout out to Anne Strange, who does our translations there at the police station with our clients. But a friend of mine, his father was taken very ill in a hospital, and there's not a lot I could do on the phone. And I got on to Anne. I said, Anne, listen, this is going to take an in-person thing. It was quite horrible. He was stuck in a private hospital, needed to be moved into a public one, was going to be charged an awful lot of money. And she managed to just dive in there head first on the ground and get it sorted out and get him into a public hospital quick. So we've got to thank you for that. And yeah, and the last thing I need to do is I need to accredit this title of the video. Oh, hang on a minute, something's come up. Are we still streaming? Yep, that'll do. Excited, nervous, and exhausted. The reason we called this video is excited, nervous, and exhausted was because I started the process with some of our followers and our clients now, the Brights, this week. And I said, how are you feeling? And that's exactly how they described it for me. Excited, nervous, and exhausted. I said, that's a fantastic title, and I am going to credit that to you. So thanks, guys, for that. Right then, so where are we? I've actually organised myself quite a bit here today, you know. So talking about residencies, we had two other things going on we've got 10 people watching at the moment. Drop us a comment, 10 people watching, say something in the box. Be good. It's quite nerve-wracking, you know, when you do this yourself. I've been on so many lives and I never get nervous when someone else is doing it. I'm there about 2 minutes in going, oh. So how are we? What are we looking at? Here we go. Check this out here. Now I wanted to explain this. This is a message which has now popped up for the Malaga appointment booking system. And it says, Trámites de la Oficina de Extranjería en Málaga. So it's a foreign office things to do there. Trámites would be actions in the foreign office in Malaga. And it says here, and the reason I brought this up, because there's two words here that they use for the foreign office. And one day when I work out how to do arrows on this thing, I'll show you. But for now, I'll just describe. It says, aviso, a partir de 20 del 1-2025, la presentación de expedientes en la oficina de extranjería, así como información, se hará sin cita previa. Los trámites en las comisarías de la policía se realizan con cita previa. Right. Don't be confused that you can just rock up to the police with this and say, oh, there's no more pre-appointment. There's no more appointments needed. Now, what this says is that there's no more appointments needed for paperwork, let's call it paperwork submissions or applications at the extranjería, okay? But in the comisaría, there is appointments needed. Now, the difference between an extranjería and a comisaría is the extranjería is generally the department, the subdelegation of the government, where you submit paperwork to be then later verified by immigration to then give you the permission to get your residency. The comisaría is the national police, where if you're EU, you go directly to that police station and get your EU residency, get your NIE number, your authorization of return, autorización de regreso, or if you've been approved, you go there to get your TIE card. Where is the confusion? The confusion is that most people call the comisarías extranjerías, just to make things completely confused. And the reason they do this is because extranjería literally translates to foreign office, okay? And the foreign office is quite often joined with the comisaría. So places like Almeria, Murcia, Granada main office, and then you've got sub offices, all have the subdelegation of the video, excuse me, the subdelegation of the government with the comisaría together. And that's why people call it the extranjería. Whereas Malaga has the extranjería in a completely separate office very close to where all the consulates are, and the comisaría is that big building in the middle, which is the national police, which also has other national police things in it. So yeah, you can see there that there's a lot of confusion between the naming of the offices, and you have to excuse me. As you can see, I have a slight cold. Before you say it, this isn't a hot toddy, it's just a herb tea. Might not be later on though. So let's go into the chat now. What have we got here? Bengal Bet, did I hear on another video today with you and Barry from Scottish Couple that there is a joysticks hub on Campus Sol? I think you might mean Upsticks, but you've just given me an idea for a new promo, joysticks of Upsticks. Yes, so basically we don't have an office there on Campus Sol, but we do have a appointment specialist. So basically what happens is the parts that we can manage remotely. I'd love an office on Campus Sol. Who knows? This time next year, who knows? But yeah, we can deal with NLVs from Campus Sol, and the Spanish part is dealt with in person. You meet our service specialist, our appointment specialist at the appointment, whether that be Cartagena or Murcia, and then we do have people in place to help with the medical certificates, so you're never on your own. So yeah, don't worry about that. Get in contact with us if you haven't already. Mary Jane, Greg, can't wait to start the process with you in February. Yeah, let's have a good Christmas and get that over and done with, and then we can't. Oh, hang a minute, just discovered something. There you go. I can show the messages. We're on a journey of discovery here. I can't quite work out why the default text is so naff. It's like written, isn't it? We need something a bit clearer than that. Let's have a look at the fonts. Here we go. Wow, this is live as well. It's a lot more fun live, isn't it? So there we go. So now we've lost the page that I wanted. So yes, we'll come back to the chats in a minute, guys, and we are now going to crack on with the YouTube. Right, there we go. Well, we're cracking on with the YouTube, and as I have lost all my content I was going to show you, doesn't matter. And yeah, we've had a real fun week with YouTube at the moment. First of all, we had our Christmas show on Saturday with Scats. So the link below for this video. Now we need to be supporting Scats. So Scats has always been a huge supporter of my channel. We started doing the fortnightly shows 5 years ago now. I think it's even further. When Scats said to me, would you fancy coming on a YouTube show? And I think we've done nearly 60 now, covering a range of things. But over that time we've had a lot of fun, and none of us have missed a show, apart from when Scats was in hospital with cancer. That was the only time we missed. So he's having you know, he's put such a brave face on everything at the moment, but he's only got the revenue from the marketing, can't do his shows at the moment. So you can buy him a coffee in the link below. So check that show out anyway. And if you know Scats and you know me, then yeah, any support for him over Christmas would be great. Because I've also convinced him to come on and do a podcast on a serious note about having cancer in Spain. I think with my experience being, I'm touch wood, I've never had an experience before with it, and this is my first time with a friend going through it, and so I see the outside and he's seeing the inside. Obviously he's coming out the other end now, had his operations, all's good, and he's going to be bouncing into 2025 cured. But I think it'd be really good info for people who are living in Spain, especially people on the S1, people who are retired, who may come across this problem, this illness, and know exactly how it's dealt with here. And I couldn't really find that much. So we're going to have a podcast and just discuss the process that he's been through. I don't really want to sort of drag it up with him and take him to places he doesn't want to be, but we do both think it's quite an important thing to get out his journey, just in case it helps anybody else along their journey if they are touched by cancer, basically. So yeah, that will be recorded at some point and we'll get it out. And I was also invited to a new channel, so here you go, check this out. That's Barry from Scottish Couple in Spain. He contacted me and said, would you fancy coming on and doing a blog with me, or a vlog with me, a podcast type thing? And I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, the more exposure we can get to the channel, the better. I'd love to get to 4,000 subs by the end of the year, but we've already hit the 3,500. In fact, today we hit 3,700. So I jumped on and we had a lot of fun. Actually, it was like 35-40 minutes of just chatting. I've never really met Barry before, but he's very easy to talk to, and they've got a great channel. They're always guiding people, especially if you go into the Alicante area. But it's a good channel just to get your head around. If you are doing your research and your discovery trips before you come to Spain, check out the channel Scottish Couple in Spain. It's a good one, and they've got loads of subscribers. Some of their views get crazy views. They really do. And Bengalbert says, sorry, typo, mate. I quite like that, joysticks. I thought that was quite funny. I think that we should do something with joysticks. Joysticks from Upsticks. What's that going to be? And he also says, hoping to start the process with you guys at the end of next year. Cool. Yeah, keep in touch. Keep watching. A lot of the ideas with this video, these weekly updates, is just for you guys who aren't quite ready to go through the process with us. You know, just keep in touch and keep abreast of what's happening and checking your questions on here. And yeah, oh, here's Robbo. Robbo's in the house. Hey, Robbo, I've got something from you coming up later on. And let's go back to our YouTube then. Where was our YouTube? I've even numbered what I was going to put up today. He's so organized. I hope Scats is watching because he'd be impressed. He knows I don't script anything. And I want to show you this. And I've got a plea for anybody who's watching this. Oh, hang on, let's hide Robbo's comment. Anybody watching this now and hasn't subscribed, please subscribe, because this, in the last 28 days, the watch time from subscribers is only 24%, right? And non-subscribed people have watched is 75.1. So it's free to subscribe. Just hit it, and it helps push us up the rankings. So yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please do that now. As you see, look, only 24% of the watch time was by people who were subscribed. So if you're not, and you are watching this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and do us a favor there. And now for our YouTube comments. Oh, first of all, I have to, well, let's get on to this one first. Patrick, this is from a short I did today. I went to the supermarket. It was open on a Sunday, and I'm torn now. I'm going to tell you what the public think. I'm a bit torn on whether I like it or not. 25 years ago, when I first moved here, they definitely weren't open on a Sunday, and you rarely got one open on a Saturday afternoon. And now it's getting more and more and more that they are. But that weekend feeling was always quite nice. And Patrick said, yeah, I'm a bit torn like you, Chris. between the convenience and the quietness. I mean, it is convenient, but would I have died of starvation today if I didn't go? No, I wouldn't have done. So it's one of them. I did a poll. I'll tell you how the poll turned out next week. And just to let you know that our winners of the calendar from last week, I've got them written down. So it's Robbo, Steve, Robert, and Peter. Your calendars, if they're not with you, if they're not with you already, they will be with you on Monday. And I've also stuck a couple of little prizes in there for Christmas for you. So well done, guys. You all wrote calendar on the. Though we got a lot more comments, but I don't think anybody really wanted the calendar. I think calendars are probably a bit naff now. I'm going to have to come up with something better, aren't I? I think the T-shirts drove more attention. And I have ordered some surprise prizes today for next year. We were going to have some Upsticks merch with YouTube on it as well. So that's cool. And what's happening here? We've got Panic in Benalmadena. This was my last weekly update. Chris Harvin, hi Chris, thank you for the update. Wishing you and the team a fantastic Christmas and a happy new year. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Chris. We will certainly be having a little bit of a break this new year, this Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. I've got 11 people watching now. That's awesome. And what else have we got going on in the comments? Nothing more there in the comments. So let's have a look here. Kev the Argonaut, Kev, who did manage to drop in on yesterday's live in the end. Thanks, Kev, for that. Sorry, I won't be able to make it to live tomorrow. Taking the family to Christmas market. We'll catch up later and sending best wishes to Scats as always. Well, I can tell you it was a fun show. Thanks for dropping in anyway and dropping us in a message. And I'm glad that I've managed to duck out of Christmas markets so far. Not really my thing, Christmas markets, though I think definitely one is going to have to happen at some point. And then we've got here, Spain's new residency law approved, let the venture begin. This is a video that's doing really well at the moment, 14,000 hits. And DJ Grant 1318 said all the illegal immigrants don't have any of these problems. Well, I mean, what can I say to that? Everybody's allowed their opinion, and we deal with people a long time before they come who never intend on being an illegal immigrant. So I couldn't tell you what the problems are. We don't deal with legalizing people once they get here. So I don't know what paperwork problems they do have. That's the honest truth. And Paul Pilot here, great video as always. Hope you and family, and also your staff, have a great Christmas. Thanks, Paul. I'll relay that message on to everybody. And then we've got here, dropping off and picking up at Malaga Airport. The reason I highlighted this was from Insight SAU. It just said thanks, is because that video is also doing really well. And we get some positivity on that one, along with how to pay a parking fine. That video is doing well as well. And then last but not least, top tips for finding a 24-hour farmacia in Spain. Really helpful tip, that, pal. And that was from Bobby Crane. Bobby, who will be coming, I've got some photos from Bobby and his adventures, and he will be coming on a podcast. So I've held them back because when he comes on the podcast, we're going to be showing some photos with his adventures. He's a pet transporter, and we have agreed that we're going to do a podcast. And we're also going to be doing a podcast with Stu and Joe, who he brought over, who are our clients. And I've finally got my act together with the software so we can do that. Really excited, and there's some more people who have agreed to come on for the new year. There's another guy, a sportsman called Lee Grantham, I've known him for years, from back when I was doing ultra marathons and marathons, and he's a fantastic runner. He won the hardest race in Spain, running from Granada to the Pico Veleta, and he's a fantastic ultra runner. He's now a YouTuber and a coach. And a mate of mine, he's good mates with Ronnie O'Sullivan, believe it or not, who's in his running club, and he's agreed to come on as well. So some exciting times for 2025. And what else have we got going on? So we've dropped down to 8 people watching, and we are now going to go to talk about Spain. So let's get the old Spain jingle up. Well, there wasn't any jingle on that, was there? We're going to have to work on the jingles. So just a bit to talk about Spain. We're running up on the half hour, so I won't go too long. And first of all, I just wanted to show you this bottle here that was sent to me from Robbo. And it's a bottle of Garnacha from Lidl's for around €2.30. And Robbo said that is a good bottle to try with. And I said, okay, do you know what? I actually quite like a Garnacha grape. The Priorazo area in Spain, which is at the north, is one of my favorite types of wine. And they're quite often Garnacha. So I will be trying that, Robbo, at Christmas for €2.30. Though, I'm going to be honest, I do hope you're going to spend a bit more money on Sandra's bottle of wine for Christmas Day. I think that's okay for a daily, but I think you need to at least spend €10 on the Christmas Day bottle. And Sandra, I expect you to report back and tell me if he doesn't. Then we've got here a visitor that we had on our lane on the way home. I nearly ran him over and I looked at him, wow, and they managed to usher him off to the side. We've had a lot of rain and everything's a bit wet at the moment, and that is a huge toad. That toad there was about the size of a size 5 football. Oh no, what's the small footballs? Not too sure, but anyway, a small football. Let's call it a small football. It was huge. I would have struggled to pick it up, evidently we didn't pick it up, but we hear them, but I've never seen one. It was massive. So we managed to usher him out of the way and to somewhere safe. Poor fella there on his way. The nice, perfect weather for toads at the moment. And then I'd love to thank Anton Kez, who sent us this lovely bottle of Italian wine. Obviously, Kez got an Italian passport. In celebration of that, we've got Italian wine, and that is what I'm having for Christmas Day with our dinner. So, yeah, we'll be having that for Christmas. Well, I won't. That'll be the 24th because we have ours on the 24th and go out on the 25th, which then brings me to this. Now, what we tried the other day was some ribeye. You don't quite often get ribeye in Spain, and it's called cube roll, and it's actually in Spanish. They just, when they come over and offer it to you, they call it cubiroli, which is quite funny. And it was the best bit, €70 a kilo. So you're looking at around 800 grams, probably for two of your 700 grams. So still a 55, 60, probably €60 piece of meat if you go into a restaurant, but you wouldn't want anything else, you know, apart from that and a few vegetables and chips, really. And the way that we have it is in the restaurant we're going to, this is where we're going Christmas Day, is we have it. Oh, hang on a minute. Here's the this is the actual fridge itself in the restaurant where we went to eat. You can see they've got everything from tomahawks there. That's what we had, the cube roll there on the left, and they bring it out to you seared with a hot plate. So basically, they chop it up, they sear it, but it's still raw, and then you can cook it how you like on the hot plate. And that is where we've booked to go Christmas Day. So no traditional roast for us this year. Well, I'm going to go back to the chat, see if there's anything else, and then we'll be off. Oh, Robbo says we have a £70 bottle for Christmas given to me by my friend. All right, Robbo, we'll let you off. That's more than I'm going to be having on Christmas Day. Then brilliant. Let me know what it is. I want to see a photo to put it on. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We've run past the half hour, and many thanks for tuning in again to the live and supporting the channel. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Only 25% of the people who watch the content on the show are subscribed. And we've got another video coming out mid-week, all about the 183-day rule being reintroduced. Some more podcasts coming up that I've mentioned, and obviously next week on Sunday, which will be the 22nd, won't it? We will be doing our last weekly update before Christmas. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. And I'll give you all a wave. Check this out. This is with my bad arm as well. And we'll sign off for now.